Satinder Singh jogging down the other end, almost as if he's admitted defeat in his personal quest to win this game for his team. He wasn't even interested in 2. He said to Akashdeep, look, there you go, 13 or 3, it's going to have to be you.
Well, maybe he knows something that we don't.
Sweepers out, 3 on the offside, 2 on the leg side. 5-4 offside field. Swing and miss. This is just excellent deaf bowling. Can't give enough credit to Naib Cameron. And at the other end, Rab Nawaz as well. These are 2 kids, both 20 years old, who weren't part of the side that won the French T20 Championships last year. New additions to the club. And they are contributing with the world watching here at the ECL in a crucial stage of this game. Can Akashdeep pull something out the bag? No, he can't. And so long as this final delivery is a legitimate one, then the French champions, easy for me to say, have got themselves a valuable win. 2 6s and we would have had a super over. Saw Corey Rutgers be with us earlier talking about tactics and the fact they'd actually have 2 fielders by the stumps at the back end of a super over if it was tight for whipping the bails off. But it seems like we won't need that to determine this game unless there's some crazy extras, maybe 5 wides or something like that to make it interesting. It's a good delivery and Cameron finishes it off. Well, that is excellent work from Naib Cameron, defending 14 off the last over. He actually did it comfortably. And as you can see there, as before our graphics removed, required run rate infinity, and indeed to infinity and beyond is where the St. Petersburg Lions would have had to go to win it by the end. A really good game of cricket, a low-scoring game of cricket, and one where eventually French champions fought back and won.
Well, they had their chances, the St. Petersburg Lions. They bowled and fielded pretty well. They had a target that they would have thought at 83 they were in the match, and they started well. They had some partnerships up early, but then once the wickets started to tumble, they just couldn't keep up with the rate. And all of a sudden they had 14 off the second last over with 2 balls remaining, and you're thinking, well, this could be the turnaround. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be. Wickets tumbled, and some good finishing skills from the young Drew fast bowlers did the job.
It was Rab Nawaz with the white headband and then Naib Cameron. They've so often leaned on Wahid Abdul with the ball, the experienced tall paceman. But he actually wasn't the star of the show. It was the young boys at the death who delivered with the world watching. And it means that the St. Petersburg Lions are still yet to get a win at this year's ECL. They've contributed, they've played some good cricket in parts, but after 3 losses in the pool stage, they only got into the 5th place playoff because of Brescia's points deduction and not able to get the victory. Drew a finish with 2 wins from 4 and some happy memories, in particular the Ahmed Nabi century, which history will be remembering.
Yeah, that was the beauty of an innings. And again, we now know, they know, they want to compete at this club championship, the European Club Championship. They know that they're going to have to lift their standards in all facets of the game. And I guess the line in the sand has been set by all these clubs of where they need to be. They're going to be competitive. They're going to have 12 months. Firstly, of course, they have to win their own competitions
to get back,
to get the invitation back. And then we'll have to see what happens. But pretty good cricket all round. The matches this morning have been tight, both going into the final over. And now we have 2 big semi-finals to come.
And what you hope on the note of developing cricket is that that also incentivises other clubs in Russia to start playing, because there's the reward of this at the end of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Drew have, of course, taken victory today to finish 5th in the brand new ECL. Their captain, Mohamed Bhatti, has been crucial for them with bat and ball throughout this tournament. He turned the game today with astonishing figures. 1 maiden, picking up 3 wickets and conceding just 4 runs. We can hear from the man himself now.
With a double wicket maiden, I have the man of the match, Mohamed Bhatti. Thank you very much for joining us. What a performance.
Yes, today my batting is not good, but my bowling is good.
What was going on in your mind when you came out to bowl?
Yes, I come in bowling, but very difficult situation. But I best in my ball, but God help me.
Yeah, and defending a total of 82 was never going to be very easy.
Yes, but today weather is so much difficult. But batting is so much this weather is batting so much difficult situation. But I bowling my bowler and me, I bowl is very well, and I win this game.
Well, that's for sure. But also at one point when St. Petersburg was batting, especially Singh when he was batting, that was such a crucial wicket.
Yes, St. Petersburg is batting start is very well, but after not defend the target, and I win this match.
But in the beginning, there were lots of misfielding as well. Do you think that was also because of the strong breeze?
Yes, I 3 catch my team is draw, but after I ball very well and other bowler is very good, but I win this game.
Well, thank you very much. It was splendid to watch you. Thank you very much. It's over to you.
Mohamed Bhatti, crucial today with arguably the figures of the tournament, particularly for the fact that it wasn't just a maiden, of course a double wicket maiden that turned this game after a crucial partnership. Let's have a look back at the highlights. Chasing 83 to win. There was a brilliant partnership from Anil Singh and at the other end Rinku Singh, but once those two went, it all went a bit wrong for St. Petersburg.
Again, they were in with a show in the early doors. They had some good starts. The fielding into this tough conditions with the breeze here, that's not just a breeze, it's an absolute gale, was causing havoc, and you thought to yourself, they might have their first win coming up. As we see Singh, who was fantastic with the gloves, was also really good with the bat. But once we started to lose a couple of wickets, the partnership was broken, and then it was trouble time.
Anil Singh 34 off 22, 5 fours and 1 6. After his superb work with the keeping, you had to feel bad for him that he wasn't man of the match. But that's because this man was, the man who dismissed him, Mohamed Bhatti, getting him out, getting a wicket with the very next ball, 3 for 4 from his 2 overs. And after that, the brakes were firmly put on. It was the 2 youngsters, Naib Kamran with 55 on his back and Rab Nawaz here with 70 on his back, who ultimately carried them home. 14 to defend off the last over, and it was actually done with relative ease.
Yeah, no problem. Like you say, this over here, there was 14 off the first 4 balls. The youngster held his nerve. Yes, I like the celebration. And took 2 wickets with his last 2 balls, which really ended the match from St. Petersburg's point of view.
And the fielding improved dramatically because there was 2 comedy cricket catches, one where no one even got a hand on it and 4 men converged, one where the bowler dropped it, albeit in very difficult conditions. But after that, the catching for the French champions dramatically rose in standards. And so that's what we ended up with. Drew posting 82 for 7, St. Petersburg responding with 70 for 7. Drew the winners by 12 runs. So they edge out the Russians to take 5th place.
Yeah, some good cricket from both sides, but again, it's Drew who will take the win and 5th spot.
I've been Michael McCann. Ryan Campbell has been alongside me. We'll be staying with you for a double header back-to-back because next up it is the VOC Rotterdam boys from Holland, from the Netherlands. Of course, Ryan Campbell, the current Netherlands head coach, so pretty handy to have up here with us. They'll be up against Catalonia Cricket Club. We'll see you shortly.
Good morning and welcome wherever you're watching us around the world from La Manga in sunny Spain. We are ready for match 2 of the European Cricket League, and it is Catalonia from Spain taking on St. Petersburg Lions from Russia. And with me, former German international Philipp Bachstaden. And Philipp, what an exciting concept we have with the ECL in full flight.
Yes, it's an absolute dream. The setting is perfect. And I think we can immediately go and see who won the toss.
All right, so now it's game 2, and we're right here at the pitch for the toss. And to my left are the two captains. We've got the Catalonia cricket team captain, Mohammed Khan. Thank you very much for joining us. And of course, we've got the St. Petersburg Lions captain as well, Rashid Muhammad. And I got your name correct, so good on me. All right, it's time for the toss. It's your call. What would you like to choose?
Tail.
Tails.
Yeah.
Okay. Please do the honors. Tails. Okay, so it's heads. So you win the toss. What do you elect?
We'll like bat first because I think if we make a good total so that we can defend because we have a good bowling.
Okay, what kind of a power total are you looking at? Did you take a look at the first match as well?
Yeah, I think it's better 90 to 100 runs in 10 overs so that it's with very good scores. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I wish you all the best. And if I can just have a quick word with Rashid as well. Rashid, so you get to bowl first. Is that okay for you, or you would have liked to bat as well?
For me, it's equal.
I'm sorry?
It's for me equal. Because
The same.
I would like to play first bat, but if my opponent is getting the toss, yes, he should have to bat.
Okay. Have you taken a look at the pitch before? Did you see that there was a lot of dew in the first game?
From outside, but I would like to, but they didn't give the permission to have a look.
So, well, okay, we'll see how the game goes then. Thank you very much. Yeah. All right, so, well, the result is that Catalonia has won the toss and elected to bat first.
Thank you so much, Urvashi Yadav. And the news there from the centre that the Catalonia captain, Mohammed Amagan Khan, won the toss, is elected to bat. Very interesting that St. Petersburg captain Rashid Muhammad said he was happy to do either. But perhaps Mohammed Amagan Khan of Catalonia, after seeing some big scores in the first game, thinks that it's a good pitch for batting and he wants to get first use of the wicket. Philip.
Yes, absolutely. And I guess there's also another approach to it because he's usually opening the batting. And so maybe he wants to take his team off to a good start. And as he said, he would like to target 90 to 100 runs. We saw in the first game that even 99 was not enough for Drew. What did you think of the innings?
Oh, look, well, there's only 50-metre boundaries here. So typical boundaries in cricket can be anything from 70, 80, or even in the old days, 90 metres. So with only 50-metre boundaries, you're going to get value for your shots. It encourages the batsman to take risks, to be aggressive. And so 100's not enough, and with this pitch I'm expecting to see 6s and 4s and really high scores.
And the risk to get out is of course immensely high as well. How do you think spin and pace compete?
Well, I think whatever you're doing, you have to do it well. So that means keeping the extras down. We did see VOC concede almost 2 overs of extras, having to bowl extra deliveries, extra runs, and of course you've only got 45 minutes to bowl your 10 overs. So it's all to do with how you execute. So I think both pace bowlers and spin bowlers can be effective on this wicket. But no, it's going to be hard work for bowlers no matter what we're going to do.
And let's have a look at the batting side at Catalonia. We've prepared a little clip for you.
Rachel Hayhoe Flint Oval, a magnificent arena for the ECL, and that will feature the champions of Spain, Catalonia Cricket Club, who won the Catalan League and Spanish 45 and 20 over leagues last year. Yasir Ali is their gun bat. He averages more than 100 with a strike rate of 177, so might enjoy the 50-metre boundaries. There's also Nadeem Hussain, the googly master. The 17-year-old leggy is the youngest player at this year's competition, but age is just a number. Don't forget Ali Azam, the king of swing. They start against St. Petersburg at 11 a.m. on Monday.
So you hear there, someone to watch there, Yasir Ali for Catalonia. 640 runs in the domestic season last season, including a double 100 and 2 centuries. I tell you what, Philip Buckstad, I've seen a lot of things. I've never seen a double 100 in a T10 game, but if it was ever going to happen, this could be the place.
Yeah, absolutely. With these boundaries, definitely. But even a ton would be an absolute amazing target. Now let's have a look at St. Petersburg. Let's see what they're up to.
Cricket might be the second most popular sport in the world, but the day after that incredible World Cup final between England and New Zealand, in a memo, the Russian Sports Ministry said that it didn't recognise cricket as a sport. Well, here at the European Cricket League, we certainly recognise the value of Russia to cricket, and that's why the St. Petersburg Lions, the Russian champions, are in this year's tournament. They're the unknown quantity in a field of unknown quantities. And here at the La Manga Club Resort, they might fancy a round of golf while they're here. They get going at 11 AM on Monday against Catalonia Cricket Club on ECN.cricket.
And there you see cricket in Russia. Now, a little bit about Russia. Did you know, Phil, that 4% of people in Russia are already interested in cricket? And with a population of 350 million Russians, that equates to 14 million cricket lovers already there in Russia.
Yeah, that is amazing. We're going to have a look at the league table. So far, this is the opponents. Findorf from Germany, Catalonia, who are now batting first. Then we have Brescia from Italy, and of course St. Petersburg at number 4, but that doesn't count because there are no points on the table yet. But what do you make of this? That the sport is not accredited as an official sport in Russia?
Well, I think that's more to do with administration rather than anything else. That's something they're looking to fix in the coming months, and by next year, hopefully, it will be recognised. But now, let's go down to the field as we see the St. Petersburg Lions, and they are entering the field. They've come a long way. A couple of players to watch for the Lions, but Talvinder Singh, number 8. He is a bit of an all-rounder, right-arm pace bowler and a batsman. And then also Akashdeep Singh, number 18, wearing the number of Virat Kohli on his back. He works in Moscow, only 700 kilometres away from St. Petersburg, so that's a bit of a commute. But he is also a player to watch. We see the captain there, Rashid Muhammad, lead him onto the field. And here come the Catalonia batsmen.
Absolutely, and they are off to a big target. They want to get at least 100 runs. And we've got Yasir Ali to open, together with Khurram Shahzad.
Yeah, that's right. And we were talking about Yasir Ali in the intro there. He scored a double ton last season for the Catalonia team. Their big rivals, of course, the Catalonia Tigers in the northeast of Spain. So plenty of cricket being played in Europe. And if you're watching this from somewhere in Europe and you're interested in cricket, or you want to get interested in cricket, then why not find out how to play for a club? This could be you in the next year's European Cricket League. You could be crowned the King of Europe. So opening the bowling for St. Petersburg, we've got Lalit.
And he's called Lalit.
Lalit. So sometimes he goes with the one Lalit, sometimes he goes with the 2 Lalits, just the way he wakes up in the morning. And he's bowling right arm over the wicket from the Las Lomas end. A little bit of a breeze, but it's coming across the ground more than anything. And Yasir Ali, the superstar from Spain, taking guard for the 10-over match, is the first ball of match 2. And he's bowled him! Straight through him there, middle and off. Perfect line, perfect lengths, and Yasir Ali had the runs on the board last season, but cricket's a great evener, and the first one was too good for him. A little bit of away movement, and the stumps are a mess. Philip Buckstad.
Incredible, this 24-year-old, and he is swinging it in, and it dips right back into his middle and off. What a great delivery to start, and it's always this first delivery that is crucial for a match, for the motivation.
Incredible. He might need 3 Lalits after that, because it was an amazing start to the game. Perfect line and length. Lalit just prodded forward, but the movement beating the outside edge, and after one ball, Catalonia lost 1 wicket for no run. What a start. And what does that do to a team when you see your superstar batsman, heading back to the pavilion after only the first delivery.
Well, they've seen 640 runs last season off him, and now to get out with the first ball, that of course will take the motivation of St. Petersburg to a low level, but let's hope they can bring it up again. So let's see what Lalit will do with his second ball.
And the new batsman is the skipper, Mohammad Amagan Khan. M-A-K, they call him the Big Mac. And here he is. We're expecting a lot now. We've seen reputations don't count much for too much early on. This one full toss, whipped off the pads for the first boundary. Fantastic shot by Khan.
Yes, and as good as the first delivery was, the second was too far on the leg side, and it was nicely pushed away by the skipper. Big Mac, he definitely has a lot of responsibility now, and with the Yasser Ali gone, he now has to take responsibility.
And a great confidence booster there. Just shows you the margin for error is so fine in these short form games. This one short miss time pull. Quick single and made to mid off there. Now the Big Mac, I don't know how much of a mover he is between the wickets. He took a little bit to get going there. Again, that one just short of a length, pulled away. Lucky he didn't hit it too well because that would have gone straight down the throat of the mid-on fielder. Fielded by Zabiullah Akbar there.
And now facing the first ball is Khurram Shahzad, 35 years old, all-rounder.
This is full. And hit maybe a mixture of bat and pad there. Looked reasonably straight. Khurram Shahzad. That one perhaps a bit of bat squeezed down, heading down the leg side at any rate.
I think it was going down leg as well.
No danger.
What?
He's built it there! Not once but twice! Lalit! Perfect length there. Khurram Shahzad tried to hoik it over mid-wicket. And would you believe it, both openers removed for ducks in the first over. So what a dream start for St. Petersburg. Lalit finding the woodwork, and those sticky wicket stumps flying everywhere.
24 years old, Lalit, what an over, what a first over. And Khurram Shahzad, 35 years old, and his nickname, Ali. He has to go back to the pavilion.
Incredible bowling. You can't hope for a better start than that. It was only really the one loose delivery that over. It was the full toss that was whipped off the pads by Mohammad Amagan Khan. But 2 wickets, and not just the wickets, Philip, but the way he took the wickets there. Such authority, knocking the stumps out of the ground. New batsman now, Mohammad Mughal. And Mohammad Mughal, originally from Sialkot in Pakistan, but he's been playing for this club for over 12 years now. Middle over bat. Now, middle over bat doesn't expect to be in the first over. One to come. This one straight, whipped off the pads. No run.
Little misfield there, but they didn't take the run. And I guess that's the experience of a 40-year-old. He's actually a spin bowler and an all-rounder. He's a quiet individual, Mohammad Mughal. But I guess the experience made the skipper decide to have him have a bat at this stage.
Philip, so 5 for 2. That's 5 runs, 2 wickets in the first over. What a start that was from Lalit. And of course, each team only get 10 overs to get as many runs as they can. That's 60 deliveries. Then the teams will swap over, and the St. Petersburg Lions will be attempting to chase those runs down. Has got a new bowler from St. Petersburg. Let's see if he can be as good as Lalit was in the first over. There's a bit of a mystery man here. This is Rinku Singh. Rinku Singh, who's going to come from the Las Acacias end, which is the southern end of the ground. Beautiful day here in La Manga. 27 degrees and sunny, not a cloud in the sky. What a place to be, and what a place for cricket. So Rinku. This is full whipped off the pads, 1 bounce and 4 runs. Fantastic shot there. And the Big Mac stamping his authority in the second overs was full on the pads. And he loves it there. That's the second time we've seen him find that boundary to backward square.
Yeah, he's now taking responsibility, which is necessary now in this situation. They need to stay in.
Oh, that's hit him with the pads. Very close. Not out, says the umpire. Just motioning there, perhaps was going down the leg side. It looked like a very good shot. Be very interested to see this replay. Wouldn't they love to see the back of the Big Mac?
Definitely close.
Phil's giving me the high eyebrows there. It could have been one of those umpires' call where maybe hitting the stumps, maybe not. This is a good length ball. Swung away down to deep mid-wicket for 1 run. And Philip, just tell us a little bit about cricket in Europe, your experience as a former German international.
Well, most of the players, I mean, this is the most beautiful ground in Spain. And you've got one more turf wicket in Spain, and that's it. And usually these players play on outfields that have pretty high grass. And so here, when you play a proper cover drive, a proper cut shot, a proper on drive, it will go for 4. And mostly they are very surprised that a normal shot goes for 4 and hits the boundary. So it must be a paradise for them. I mean, I would love to play here.
It's definitely a picturesque setting and perfect for cricket. As Rinku in again. Short of a length, swung away. Across for 1. And the field are able to get it in time. Now, Mohammad Amagan Khan changing his bat very interestingly after that shot. Do you ever do that, Phil? Mistime a shot, blame it on the bat, decide it's time for a change?
Well, no, I usually broke my bats, so that's...
Hitting too hard.
Yeah, exactly.
It can happen. Rinku again. Oh. Great bit of fielding down there at fine leg. The fine leg in the circle. He was able to cut it off. That is Dinesh Lalwani down there. And he's a sprightly 41 years of age. So just putting the old mitt down and saving 3 runs. So a good bit of fielding. Of course, Philip, our power play, meaning only 2 outfielders are allowed in the first 3 overs. Great shot there, cut away behind point, and that looks like 6. Maximo! 6 runs. What a shot.
Yeah, it was a bit too short, a bit too wide. He could spread his arms and go for it. And of course, there's no fielder out there.
No fielders. There's no fielders the other side of the boundary, Phil, that's for sure. That was a fantastic over. There were 12 off it, so the score moves on 17 for 2 after the second over. Now, in these parts, you know what they call that, Phil? Seis carreras. 6 runs. Some of the Spanish team were teaching me a bit of the lingo, and that's just the confidence boost they need. You know, wickets are important, but with 10 wickets in the shed, the batsmen really have the license to keep playing their shots and try and post as many runs as possible.
No time to get your eye in.
Lalit again, already 2 wickets. This is the last over of the power play, the 3rd over. Well bowled Yorker length, tying up the Mac. No run. And what do you think here about bowling out Lalit? Now, of course, every bowler only gets 2 overs. Do you think it's a good idea to bowl him out now and try and really get ahead in this game?
Well, to keep the runs down. He's bowling extremely well. He's swinging it. He's got the perfect length at the moment, so why not?
Let it again. Cut away off the back foot. There's a man out there. And they hold it to a single. So, of course, with only 2 outfielders allowed in the power play in the first 3 overs, it's really critical to know where they are and bowl to that plan. That's clever bowling by Lalit, knowing he had the protection on the offside. As we go back to the first over, incredible scenes. It's not once but twice. Lalit getting the job done for the Lions. This is full but driven down the ground. Fantastic shot there by Mohamed Mughal. That's 4 runs to Catalunya.
If you're bowling a full toss or if you're bowling too short, you always have the risk of getting smashed.
These are so short. You don't even have to get all of it. You have to pick a gap. It's like carpet out there. Beautiful conditions for batting. And we see that full ball has been handled by the batsman, and that kind of in-between length ball, forcing them to use their technique. Well bowled, just as we were talking about there. More on a good length there, outside off stump. And these last balls from Lalit are so critical. Catalunya really don't want to lose a 3rd wicket.
Yeah, after this over, they can put the fielders out so they can get a little bit more protection. But he's bowling extremely well. That just missed the wicket, the bat.
This one's short, nipping back, hits him on the pad. They'll scramble through for 1. And that is a leg by. That means we're going to see more of the Big Mac. Now, look, as a captain, you've got to lead from the front. And what a situation to come in after only 1 ball. We do apologise if the score isn't visible at the moment, but we can tell you that it is 23 for 2 in the 3rd over. Lalit with the ball to go. Oh, this on a length and swung away. Maximo. 6 runs to Mohamed Amagan Khan over mid-wicket, showing Lalit no respect there. As that over went for 12, but Lalit going the journey with his final delivery, but still with very respectable figures of 2 for 16 off his 2 overs. And that's what I promised you, and that's what we're getting, Philip, from the Big Mac.
The Big Mac is absolutely fired up because he has to take the responsibility. It can get a lot of pressure for a captain if you're in a situation where you're losing wickets on the other side. But in this case, he is absolutely experienced, 38 years old, and played for Spain. And he also runs his own business. And that, as I can tell you, is also something that gives you a lot of responsibility for the game.
Absolutely. I don't know what's harder, facing 90 miles an hour or running your own business. Hello to all the small business operators out there. Perhaps watching this on your TV station or ECN.cricket or our YouTube or our Facebook. Make sure you let us know what you think of the European Cricket League. Of course, this only match 2, 17-match tournament. Who will be crowned the Kings of Europe? The 8 champion clubs from 8 countries here to compete in a wonderful setting at the Rachel Hayhoe Flint Oval at the La Manga Club in Spain on a beautiful day. Where would you rather be, Phil?
Right now, I'm very happy being here. And if you're watching us from nearby, from the coast, if you're on holiday here, come by. It's better than at the beach.
New bowler, Aman Saxena, right arm over. This one a very optimistic appeal as they hit the pad, heading down leg side. 1 leg by. So the score moves along now to 31 for 2 after 3.1 overs.
And the longer these batsmen will stay at the crease, the better it will be for the whole team. And you can feel that suddenly St. Petersburg Lions are getting a little nervous.
The twists and turns come so fast in this format as Saxena again. Oh, this one's pitched up, and oh, the Big Mac's got the staggers. Could be out. No, and tell you what, I told you the Big Mac, he may have some big shots, but I don't know if he's the most fleet of foot at a sprightly 38 years of age. As he took off for a quick single, he was turned around, sent back by his partner, and we do have third umpire for line decisions. Hasn't been required as yet. It's, yeah, he just kind of moonwalked back into his crease then, didn't he? And I was worried he wasn't going to be quick enough. I want to see more of the Big Mac, Phil, I'm not going to lie. This one whipped off the toes for more MAK. He moves to 22.
It wasn't a bad ball, but he played it really, really well.
It was a little bit leg stumpish, but I suppose if you had to be critical, but still a really good shot there, and he's timed the ball really well. He's obviously got a bat that works now, and he's happy with it. He's been sending the ball to all parts. So Saxena, can he come back from that? Fine leg and third man in position. This one flat batted down to Rinku Singh, down at deep mid-on. Just the one. So what do you think, Phil? How many runs do you think that Catalonia will be looking to score? Considering that start, we're currently at 36 for 2 in the fourth over. It's around 9 and over at the moment. You think 100 plus?
Well, the Big Mac, if he performs, then why not indeed?
Mohamed Magal now on strike. Gives him a little shuffle down the wicket, but well bowled. It was full. Outside off stump, it was wide, but not that wide, and that's a clever skill for the bowler to be able to pitch those full and wide deliveries, but still inside that little blue line there, which denotes the indicator for the umpire to call a wide.
Batsman didn't wait long enough. He already got himself some width, but that was too early.
Just showed his hand, you think. I think he went a bit early there, giving the bowler a chance to adjust his line and make it difficult. 5 men out now. Saxena in. Oh, it's short and appeal. Not out. No footwork there from the batsman. He tried to pull it away over mid-wicket. And after 4 overs, the score is 36 for 2. So 9 and over at the moment, on track for 90 runs. Now that run out was very close last over. Let's have a little bit of a look and see how close it was. As Magal. And we got a good slow-mo of my commentary there, but I tell you what, Phil, I cannot get excited enough about Mohamed Amagan Khan, the leader, as he scrambled back into his crease. New bowler now, Gaurav Bhatti for St. Petersburg. You want to try that again? Just let us know if you do.
So now we're getting some spin bowling, replacing Lalit from the Las Lomas end.
So he looks like he's going to come right arm over the wicket. Of course, at the end of the power play, from overs 4 onwards, you're allowed 5 outfielders. And they had 6 out, so we've got Dinesh Lalawani just coming in the circle. So they've got a deep point, mid-on, mid-off, mid-wicket, and deep backward square leg. It's a good start from Gaurav Bhatti, as it was an off-spinner there in the block hole. And as a spinner, a lot of these off-spinners, they just try and push the ball through at a decent pace so that the batsman doesn't get too much of a chance to get under the ball or play that aggressive shot. And with 50-metre boundaries, these batsmen are good enough to clear them, even if they don't hit the ball in the middle of the bat. The Big Mac on strike to Bhatti. Down the wicket, the charge. But he's only able to hit it along the ground to long off for a single. 37 for 2 in the 5th over. Mohamed Magal now to face Bhatti. This one swung away off the outside edge. And that's going to be 4 runs. Down to third man. Lalawani had no chance, just trotted off after it helplessly. So 4 more to the total. And Mohammed Mughal moves along to 15 runs off only 10 balls.
Vin, as a keeper, you don't have any chance there, right?
Oh, as a keeper, when you have that much of a deflection, but no time to react, it's really only the little edges that you might be able to hold on to. This one's pitched up and swung away over cover. Maximo! 6 runs over extra cover. As that ball was pitched up by Bhatti, took the gamble, a little bit of flight, but Mughal was equal to it. And he swung it away for 6 runs. So Mohammed Mughal catching fire now. The score moves along to 47 for 2. Next one's big, big, big. Maximo! Out of the ground. Consecutive 6s for Mohammed Mughal. That brings up to 50 for Catalunya. So Bhatti getting the treatment there, taking the gamble, throwing the ball up, but Mohammed Mughal said, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Buy me a new ball.
Well, and the Big Mac was actually appreciating that a lot. Let's see what partnership they are coming up with.
For a batter's hat trick here, 3 6s in a row. Will he try? Oh, it's got a chance. It's up, it's up, and Maximo! A hat trick of 6s for Mohammed Mughal, who shows no respect and takes 23 off the over. So at the halfway points, Catalunya are 59 for 2, and Philip Bachstadt, if you want to see big hitting, look no further. We love the Big Mac, but Double M, Mohammed Mughal, coming up with 3 6s in 3 balls.
You know what? One of the Spanish guys told me that Mohammed Mughal is actually a very quiet individual, but 3 consecutive 6s, I think it's mostly off the pitch that he's a quiet individual.
I think he lets his bat do the talking. Philip Bachstadt, former German international, with your thoughts there, has 23 off the over. He had a decent start with a dot and a single, but then 4 6 6 6. So 59 for 2, and who wants to have a go now? So after the early shakes of losing 2 wickets in the first over, a great recovery to be 59 at halfway. And this is the thing with T10 cricket. The batters have the license to keep attacking. The new bowler, Akashdeep Singh, all-rounder, player to watch. He'll be very good to watch with the bat a bit later on. But right now he's got the ball in hand. See if he can stop the bleeding here for the Lions.
Way!
On a good length, cut away, pulled away behind. Square leg for 4 runs. Mohammed Amagan Khan, the Big Mac.
I mean, I think Akashdeep Singh, what's very interesting about him, he actually works in Moscow and plays for St. Petersburg. He must be absolutely strained out because of all that driving.
700 kilometres is a long way to drive for a game of cricket, I'll give you the tip. Now pitched up this time, driven down the ground. The chase is on. Rinku Singh at long on made some good ground there as he came some 20 metres around to his left to cut off the boundary. We'll see the Big Mac off strike there. But as you say, Akashdeep, some 700 or 8 hours drive away from St. Petersburg. So, but he has been playing for 9 years. Now Mohammed Mughal coming off the back of 3 6s. It's up, it's up, it's away! Maximo!
His 4th 6 in a row.
4 6s in a row. And of course, one thing in cricket that you rarely see is 6 6s in an over. We almost have the same thing here as Mohammed Mughal hit the last 3 balls of the last over 6. And now, in Akashdeep's over, he's hit the first ball for 6. Can he do it again? High five. Up, over! Maximo! 5 consecutive 6s from Mohammed Mughal.
Incredible.
And he has raced onto 45 not out from 20 balls. And that 45 includes 6 6s, including 5 off the last 5 balls.
That's 30 runs of his last 5 balls.
Are you thinking, Phil?
He's not a quiet
6 in a
individual.
row? Do you think he might leave this one, Phil? Perhaps
I think
a forward
he's going to
defense?
go for it.
Surely not 6 in a row. Oh, and he just tried to dab it. Clever bowling. The keeper coming up to the stumps. It was an attempted dab shot. I tell you what, if I'd hit 5 sixes in a row, I'm definitely swinging at the 6th. Some people don't hit 5 sixes in their life.
Well, he's a sensible guy.
Last ball of the over. Oh, that's the maximum! Cut away over point, over the boundary, over the 10th, over the next fence. That is 6 more. And again, 23 runs off the over. And the score moves along to 82 for 2. That brings up his 50 over only 17 balls, including 36 runs off the last 7 balls. So if you want action, it's right here at the European Cricket League.
What a great guy. The MM. If you call the other guy Big Mac, this is MM. Mohamed Mughal, actually a spin bowler, 40 years of age, and he still has the power to hit. How many sixes has he hit?
He's hit 7 sixes now, Phil, including 6 in the last 7 balls. And the double M, that should be MMMMMM for the 6 maximums he's just hit consecutively. So incredible work. And who'd be a bowler in this format? T10 cricket. Started 7th over now. It's pitched up. And hit down to long on there by Mohamed Amagan Khan as Vijay Gautam comes into the attack. 26-year-old from St. Petersburg. Here's the main man, Mohamed Mughal. Just pushes this time to mid-wicket, scrambles through for a single. And some incredible scenes here. All action, wickets and sixes, balls flying to all parts. Gautam again.
Could we get
Swung down to deep mid on this time by Mohamed Amagan Khan. So time to breathe now. He's had 3 consecutive singles in the 7th over. Mohamed Mughal. What will he do this time? Has a big swing. Doesn't get much of it though. To the deep mid on. So 4 consecutive singles. Score moves along to 86 for 2 after 6.4 overs. Bowled. He's bowled him in a great comeback there from the bowler. It was pushed through on middle and leg, beating the bat and hitting the top of leg stump. So that's the end of Mohamed Amagan Khan, who played a fantastic innings there. A captain's knock to steady the ship after a shaky start. But he's out for 31 off 19 balls. So Mohamed Amagan Khan really started the aggression for the Spanish team after losing their openers both for ducks in the first over before being somewhat overshadowed by Mohamed Mughal, who's gone on a 6-hitting rampage here. So the new batsman is Saqib Latif for Catalonia, and joining me in the commentary position, former England international, Dimitri Mascarenas. And Dimo, we've got a chance here, and a wicket. First ball, Saqib Latif was pitched up outside the off stump. He went to hoik it away, and every ball's a free hit in T10 cricket. So the catch was taken on the cover boundary. And Dimitri, give us your thoughts on the beginning of this game.
I know, what a game it's been so far. We've seen everything, haven't we? Runs, wickets, now we're seeing some great catches. It's a very good catch.
It's a very good catch there. And putting the pressure back on the batting team. So I think cricket has always had its ebbs and flows in the longer formats, but it just shows you, even in a T10 game, the momentum can shift and switch several times in only a couple of hours.
Oh yeah, it can shift in a couple of balls, as we've just seen here. We saw 5 sixes in a row, and now we've seen a couple of wickets within a couple of balls.
Incredible scenes as the new batsman, Nisar Ahmed, comes to the crease. Now, I'll tell you a little something about Nisa Ahmed. He plays in the same team as his son. So his son, Hamza Nisa, who is a young pace bowler, is 18 years of age. And Nisa Ahmed, his dad, is playing at the sprightly age of 48.
That's a great effort. Great effort to still be playing. Let's see what he can do.
8th over now. Gaurav Bharti tries, it's up, and Maximo! 6 runs, swung away. Slog sweep behind square. And what a fantastic start for old father time. Nisa Ahmed doesn't have a sider, comes in at 48 years of age, sends it over the ropes.
Well, as you said, this form of the cricket, this form of the game, T10, it's a free hit every ball, and he's making every use of that.
92 for 4 now in the 8th over.